Hey, Orange One here with a little bit more New Vegas. So we're at Boulder City right now, and I wanted to show you guys this off. Normally when I go here, I just kind of skip a lot of this, but I want to give you guys some backstory. So if you want to read this, you can. I'm not very good at reading things out loud, so I'm not going to read it out loud for you.
You here to pay your respects too? It commemorates the Battle of Hoover Dam. The Rangers lured the best of Caesar's Legion into Boulder City, then blew the whole town up. The NCR still lost a bunch of troops in the fighting, though. My older brother sacrificed himself, so they could evacuate some of the wounded. Don't worry about it. Camp McCarran, but I'm on leave at the moment, heading back to California to see my folks. I'm supposed to join up with a caravan that's heading that way up at the 188, but they're not due to arrive for a while yet. Bye.
So yeah, that's a little bit of history on what this place is. Just got blown up completely. There's the saloon in here, but what you really want to be doing is there's a location, I think it's just up here, where you can go into Boulder City. I feel like I might want to tell Veronica to wait outside, or else she might like try and kill some people.
Beats wait until they shoot me first. I like this plan where you're the decoy.
Did I tell him to... Why don't you wait here?
Should have brought something to read.
Yeah, you just wait here, Veronica. I don't want you trying to kill anyone.
We've got a situation with some great cons right now. The brass at McCarran has ordered me to lock down the ruins until it's been resolved. One of my patrols was on its way back from Novak when it came under fire from the Great Khans. They radioed for reinforcements, but instead of waiting for us, they chased the Khans into the ruins where they were caught in a crossfire. No deaths, but not all the squad got out. The Khans have Private Ackerman and Private Gilbert as hostages. Once the Great Khans have been killed or captured, you're welcome to retrieve any property they've taken from you. Normally I'd turn you down since I have no idea who you are, but considering that the hostages are as good as dead when we attack. Alright, I'm going to give you a chance to talk to the Great Khans. Their leader is a man named Jessup. If we hear shooting, we'll be coming in, but it'll probably be too late for you. Good luck.
Yeah, I can't really handle myself in a fight. So yeah, this is another good example of a quest where you actually, like, your choices and how you build your character actually matter. Because I've gone for speech, I might be able to negotiate my way out of this. If you are sneaky, you can sneak in and out without, I think, having to kill anyone. Or if you're combat oriented, yeah, you can just kill all these guys in here. I feel like I'm like walking up with like my hands up, you know?
Hey.
Hello. Where's their leader, Jessup? Are they inside the building? I feel like they are. They got their prisoners right there though, which is kind of silly, not having the prisoners near your leader.
What the hell? You're that courier Benny wasted back in Good Springs. You're supposed to be dead. Yeah, about that. Don't have it. Benny stole it right before he stabbed us in the back. He's probably back at the strip by now, laughing at me. What's to negotiate? The NCR backs off, we walk out of here, nobody gets hurt. I can't believe I'm doing this. But alright, the hostages can go. The NCR had better keep their end of the deal, though. Here, a souvenir for you. It's Benny's lighter. Shove it up his ass when you catch up with him.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah? On what? He's one of the chairmen, big shots that run the Tops Casino in New Vegas. A friend from the city contacted me with info on a big job. I should have known that the caps were too good to be true, but there was still no way I could pass up the chance.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Like, Benny just like looks like a total mobster from like the good old days, you know? It's pretty funny.
It's just a big fancy poker chip as far as I know. Don't know why anyone would make one out of platinum though. He's a snake, that's why. He owed us the rest of the pay for the job, so maybe he didn't want to pay up.
Yeah, sounds like a mobster.
Fine. Yeah, go on.
Alright, sounds good to me. It'd be nice to get our survival skills up a little bit more so we can actually cook some stuff. Our speech is getting crazy high. What else could we do? Guns, maybe? Or were we... Yeah, let's do guns a little bit more. Thank you, guys. Can I talk to the... No, it's just Jessup. Oh, there's another... Oh, McMurphy. Yeah, that's the other one that, was the one we knew, wasn't it? See, you don't have to kill anybody in this game. Not really. I mean, besides the occasional, super mutant, but I feel like I'm gonna regret that for the rest of this playthrough. It's poor super mutants.
I'm glad you're able to get my people freed, but there's a new problem. I just got orders to take out the Great Khans, hostages or not. My hands are tied. I can't go against orders, can I?
Yeah.
You're right. The Great Khans are free to go.
There you go. I didn't have to do a speech check for that. It's kind of funny. Does it make you feel all warm and fuzzy and sad resolving things without conflict, you know? Let's say...
Aw, just when the standing around.
You know, Veronica, I'm not in a mood for your sarcasm right now. This will just speed things up a little bit, just fast traveling. We're going along that route anyways, so it's not a big deal. Man, we are low on ammo though. That's got a decent set. You have to be careful not to get into too much combat. And we can get like the best energy weapon in the game at that Repcon headquarters, but there's also gonna be fiends around which are gonna try and kill us. And like you can do a lot of stuff with the fiends. It's actually one of the, if you ask me, one of the more like shooter parts of this game. It's going out and clearing out the fiends, but I don't think we can do it like non-violently. I feel like Camp McCarran is like all violence. It's like go in and kill this guy. There's not much more to it than that. But you don't have to do Camp McCarran. You just like skip it entirely. Kind of funny how blocky that is in the distance. My standards have gone higher now that this game's older. Fiends are gonna be around here, aren't they?
You've done a good turn for the NCR, and now we'd like to do one for you. You're not alone out here.
Oh, cool.
The NCR has your back. Stay safe and good hunting.
Seeing how I don't really like the NCR, that's kind of surprising, but I have done a couple of quests that have ended well for them. I don't know, I feel like they'd be kind of pissed off that we let the Great Khans live, though. You know? Seeing how they're like calling for their blood. Oh, Camp McCarran's up. All the way up and over there. Let's stay away from Fiend territory if we can. It's like to our northwest. I'd rather not have to kill anyone. I don't know, is it immoral to call on the NCR to kill people if they attack us, or Veronica if people attack us? I mean, if Veronica wants to kill people, why can't I stop her, you know? No, she's my companion. We should teach her the ways of nonviolence. Should also probably give her some better armor than just like rags. It's not gonna last too long. That Camp McCarran, I think it is. Looks like the fort, doesn't it? What's this that we have right here? This. Oh, is this the gunrunners? No, it looks like
Hey,
Grub and Gulp. Rest stop.
welcome to the Grub and Gulp. Just a little rest stop that me and my good friend Lupe set up. Last stop on your way into New Vegas, first stop on your way out. That's what I say. Sure, fire away. I think there are a few places, but I've heard that the gun runners sell the best.
Yes, they absolutely do.
Dr. Usanagi runs a medical clinic up the road.
Yeah, and that's where you get those cybernetics.
All right then.
Dude, he just gave us some good
See you later.
map locations, and I always get confused up around New Vegas. Because, yeah, this stuff up here is... The medical clinic is pretty hard to find usually for me. I might as well show you Camp McCarran. I don't think I'm gonna do the quests for them where you go kill the fiends, but... Doesn't mean that we can't show you their location. In the railroad. Oh, it looks like their entrance is like all the way on the other side. That's gonna be annoying. We might get attacked by fiends. We'll see. Yeah, you can take Camp McCarran, you can get on this train and take that into New Vegas. I think if you're on really good terms with the NCR, you can do that. Or you can just sneak your way in. I know you can sneak your way in, but I feel like if the NCR really likes you, they might just like let you up and in. Uh-oh, my wife's calling me. I'm gonna have to go. Just give me a minute. Okay. Yeah, the entrance is right over here. Oh, also there's this farmland here that's really good for survival run. If we need to get food, we can always get some from there. I definitely went around the wrong side though, it looks like, to get to the entrance here. This just looks like this is a wall. Is that the Vegas? Yeah, welcome to Vegas. Yeah, that's the sign, isn't it? Right by Camp McCarran.
Lafferty's a hard boss. McLafferty's been riding asses again. Better What's up? What's up?
Will you not trade with me? No, you won't trade with me. Okay. Alright, here's Camp McCarran. Is that how you say it? I think that is. It's like their main military base in this part of the game. It's actually not too hard to actually take this place over because most of them are just like recruits.
Hey, if it's bad news, you can take it up with the Colonel. If it's good news, it better involve some dead fiends. Pack of drugged-out killers. They're addicted to every stim, every pill, every psychoactive enema on this fucked up earth. I've got 3 fiends I want dead, and I don't give a goddamn how it gets done. That sound like something that interests you?
No, not in this playthrough.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Only one thing concerns me right now, and that's killing the bastards that are murdering my men. If you want to talk to somebody in charge, I'd start with Colonel Sue and work my way down. You'll find him in the main concourse. But if you want to take down some psycho-crazy bastards, I'm happy to talk caps.
It's a pretty good way to get some experience and some caps, but in this non-violent playthrough, we're not going to be doing that. We're not going to be hunting down the fiends. There's some pretty cool people in here. Yeah, all these corporals.
Never seen you around before. What do you want? What gave me away? The big gun, the shades, or the attitude? They don't. Only the good ones do. My partner's got some potential, so I let him wear those goofy glasses. I tell him they're his training shades. He totally buys it. Truth is, his eyes just suck. Not unless you count the fiends as serious. Gorobets keeps us inside the fence most of the time. Doesn't matter to me. I just shoot bad guys. Sooner or later, they'll move us out to the dam, though. That's when the shit gets nasty. Legion fights to win, and they're smart. Hell of a lot smarter than these crazy fiends. But I don't feel bad about shooting Legion boys. Fiends, on the other hand, sometimes I get pangs of conscience. Not often, but sometimes. Some cute little junkie bitch, so fucked up she doesn't even know that she's the bad guy. And I've got a headshot her. Makes me think. Might just be sex, though. I see some cute little number and I'd rather get in her pants. So maybe I'm a stone-cold bitch after all. The little guy. 10 of spades. I like him because he listens. Doesn't shut up the rest of the time, but when I talk, he listens. Also, he doesn't pull any stupid come-ons, like practically every other horn dog alpha male on this base. Might be he's just scared of me, though. Yeah, we spot for each other, watch each other's backs. Usually works pretty well, unless you get paired up with an asshole. Thing is, there's a lot of assholes in the army. I keep hoping they'll pair me up with some hot blonde like you see on those old pinups. Shit, I don't even care if she can shoot straight. Can't have everything. Yeah, try not to get killed.
See, they have a lot of interesting dialogue. This whole group of people, these corporals, they all have some pretty interesting things to
Hey,
say.
my man. 10 of spades. First recon sharpshooter. At your service. Oh, yeah. Fine. Just a little stutter. Had it since I was a kid. Doesn't stop me from kicking ass.
Oh, that's so mean. Jeez.
Damn right. The LT, Gorobets gave it to me. See, I wanted to be ace of spades, but the LT says, sorry kid, you're too green. So he calls me 10 instead. It's okay though. I get a few more kills under my belt, he'll move me up to Jack. Jack of spades. Sounds better, right? I keep at it. Eventually I'll make it to ace. Think I'll skip queen though. Yeah.
I'm not gonna go through all of their dialogue, that just takes super long.
I'm Bitter Root, first recon. You got a reason to talk to me? You trying to start trouble? Or do you really not know where I got that name? It's a con name. You know, the great cons.
Okay, he's a great con.
That's what my parents were. I figured I grew up around the bastards. They owed me a name after all they put me through. They're dead. Got themselves killed at Bitter Springs. Served them right, if you ask me.
Yeah, Bitter Springs.
It was a massacre. That's what a lot of NCR folk will tell you. Most of them feel plenty bad about what happened.
You can actually go
But
there.
I was there. Saw it myself. I don't care what anybody says. The cons asked for Bitter Springs. They wouldn't leave the NCR be. My damn parents, too. They were just as bad as the rest. Guess I could tell a pretty good story if I had a mind. But the truth is, I don't know. Just got lucky. They brought me to Daughtry after the battle. He was just a captain back then. Guess he saw something in me. Knew I didn't belong with the cons. Maybe he felt bad, too. About how his men killed my folks. I told him he did me a service, but he didn't believe me. Still doesn't. He's a good man, Daughtry. Doesn't act like it sometimes, I know. But he didn't have to take me in. It's like I tell Major Daughtry. Best not to look under a rock if you don't really want to know what's there. Could be that NCR found some blood on me and none of it mine. Could be that a few of those cons didn't die from NCR bullets. I had scores of my own to settle. Deeper ones than NCR ever had. Don't bother asking who they were with. Don't I? Mister, you never met my parents. My dad got himself fucked up every chance he got. Always started with folk for no reason. Hell, he was the one who taught me to shoot. You know how? By taking pot shots at NCR, and not just soldiers. Civilians, too. Even kids. Then he'd get high with his buddies and swap tales about the folk they killed. Bunch of animals. And my mom? A couple of times she tried to sell me to some waster just to score some jet. Even the other cons said she was useless. Only reason they kept her around was because she was how'd my dad say it? A smoking piece of ass.
Yeah,
Not fully
kind of
grown
makes
to be
sense
taking
though.
a beat down. Everybody gathers around and hits you till you're damn near dead. After that, if you haven't begged for mercy, you get to choose a new name. One you'll use for the rest of your life. When NCR slaughtered the cons at Bitter Springs, I hadn't got my beat down yet. I was still too young. The way I see it, Bitter Springs was my beat down. So afterward, I gave myself a name. It's all I got from the cons. It's all I ever want. Yeah, that's probably best. You a merc? Well, then I guess you want to talk to my father, Major Daughtry. He's our CO. Yeah, look, he's not my real father.
Yeah, I kind of got that from the other dialogue.
It's a long story. All right.
Kind of weird that that's still an option after I talked to him about all that background. Kind of cool what you can talk to people with high speech. I'm kind of curious if I can
You
get...
remember me, right? To the tennis base. Shit. As long as I can remember, had a rifle in my hand since I was 3. That's what my dad always says. Learned to shoot on our ranch, way west of here. Same as the LT. He's a farm kid too. Oh, they recruited me, what, a year ago? Taught me to kick even more ass than before. These guys, they really know how to kick some ass. Kicking ass. Mostly kicking ass. See, we're watching the perimeter right now, looking for those fiends to come back. When they show their faces, that's when we go to work. One shot, one kill. That's the first recon way.
Yeah, these guys are like their elite
Yeah,
troops,
I'll
but
see you around.
they're not really an elite armor, which is kind of weird, because if you find anyone else that's like a big shot in the
Legion can count on
NCR, they've got
that.
much better armor than what these guys have.
Howdy. Name's Sterling, first recon. Can't say I've seen you before. I'd remember if I had. Got a good memory for faces, landmarks and such too. Comes with practice, that's all, and a lot of scouting from place to place. I called her the Long Carabine. Didn't always have the scope, I added that myself. Been shooting with her so long, couldn't bring myself to toss her away. Would have felt guilty to part with the old girl. The other snipers used bolt action, but Gorobets reckoned it didn't matter none if I was different, so long as I could hit my targets.
And those don't do as much damage, those kind of crazy, but I think his gun's actually special, so it's actually alright.
Used to be a ranger, one of the first they sent out east back before we took the dam. Observation and reconnaissance. We took the lay of the land, checked out the locals, and kept ourselves inconspicuous. A couple friends of mine were the first to scout the dam. That was back in '73, if I recall. A lot of those rangers are dead now. Vegas always chewed men up. It's just a little more literal nowadays. Well, that wasn't really a matter of choice. Got myself caught by legionnaires up near Malpay. They had themselves some fun with me. Mangled my hands and feet pretty good. Wasn't much good with the pistol after that. Wasn't gonna be trekking across the waste on any more long scouts either. Caesar's boys figured I wasn't going anywhere after what they'd done to me, so they didn't bother tying me up. I crawled out of there on my elbows and knees. Must have looked a sight. Then I rolled down an embankment into the Colorado. Guess I had a mind to drown rather than give Caesar's boys the satisfaction of killing me. But a couple rangers happened to be watching from across the river. They jumped on in and pulled me out of there. Lucky break, they said. Going on 6 months now, but I reckon we'll be moving out soon enough. Can't talk about the details. Till then, we'll man the towers and keep an eye on the fiends. We've had more than our share of trouble from their direction. Whole thing smells of Caesar to me. Of course, that's just guesswork. But I'd still bet a few caps he's stirring up the locals against us. Always a pleasure. Keep yourself safe.
Yeah, we didn't get any other speech checks besides from Bitterroot. Oh, this
I'm
guy.
Lieutenant Gorobets, 1st Recon. If you're looking to collect a bounty, you should talk to Major Daughtry. We're the finest sniper outfit in the whole NCR. If you need a bullet put into a target's eye from 800 yards away, you call us. Some of my team aren't without their share of scars, though, like Betsy and Sterling. Cook, one of the fiends, ambushed her and 10 of spades. They both managed to escape, but not before Cook raped her. Betsy shrugged it off like it was nothing, but her behavior keeps getting worse. Always making passes at every woman who wanders by. It's inappropriate for anyone at 1st Recon to behave that way. I could discipline her, but I'd rather she get medical help. I'd appreciate it. As her CO, I could order her to get help, but I'd have her agree with the idea. Corporal Sterling was an NCR ranger until he was captured by the Legion. They tortured him pretty badly. He wasn't able to be a ranger after that, but his eyes are still sharp, so I had him transferred to 1st Recon.
He already told me. Yeah, he already told me
The
that.
whole NCR. Carry on.
Yeah, see, this game doesn't shy away from some of that, like, intense stuff about war. Like, I feel like the new ones totally do. But this one really dives into that stuff.
The lieutenant's been talking to you, hasn't he? Look, I don't need a head doctor. I'm 1st Recon, damn it. You don't see the others crying about every little bruise and scrape, do you?
Wow, that's a pretty intense thing to say to someone. But it's gonna work.
Damn. Never had you pegged for the drill instructor type, but you got my attention. You can tell the lieutenant that I finally caved. I'll get help. There's a Dr. Usanagi who's supposed to be good at this sort of thing.
Yeah, you should probably get some help with something like
Yeah.
that.
Try not to get killed.
Where's Corbett? There you are.
What can I do for you? I caught the tail end of what you said to her. Betsy looked like she'd been slapped right back into basic for a few seconds there. Let's hope that Betsy sticks with the treatment. Knowing her, she won't keep seeing Usanagi if she feels things are taking too long. Do me a favor and let Usanagi know Corporal Betsy is coming. I'd like to make sure the medical clinic has time for her.
Okay, that sounds like a good quest for my character.
Carry on.
Before we do that, I kind of want to... I think that's most of the people in this location. Yeah, but before we do that, I kind of want to see the people in charge here and talk to them. Just to kind of show it off, if anything.
There's a lot more troops here than we thought. No wonder we couldn't hold Helios 1.
No wonder you couldn't hold Helios 1, but you guys have that under your control.
Something.
There you are.
I'm usually good with faces, but I don't think I've seen you here before. What brings you to Camp McCarran? You don't cook by any chance, do you? Farber's doing his best, but it's hard to manage an army with half my staff in line for the latrine. Honestly, we're fighting a lot of fires right now. The fiends keep pressing their position from Vault 3. We've got the Legion breathing down our necks across the river. We actually took an officer alive last week, but so far he hasn't spoken a word.
Yeah, I bet I could get him to talk with my speech skill.
I have Lieutenant Boyd on that already, and she's excellent, but I think she's hit a wall. Talk to her if you like. See if she has any use for you. Her office
Yeah, we've got
is
the
right
speech
above
skill.
mine, but I think she might be interrogating right now. So she'd be upstairs on the other side of the building. Yeah. On top of everything else, I can't send a patrol on a bathroom break without it being ambushed by someone who heard they were coming. So somebody's getting the word out. Calm is what you have to be when people look to you. And it's all you can be when things are out of your hands. Well, why not? Given your recent arrival, at least I can safely rule you out as the leak. I'd like to have absolute trust in my men, but that's just not practical right now. Go ahead and look into it. See what you find. We don't have much to go on right now. Lately, every raiding party in New Vegas seems to have a map of our troop movements. It derails everything. Supplies, reinforcements, and it'll only get worse the longer we let it go on. Captain Curtis is heading up the investigation right now. He can fill you in.
Can't see.
Bye.
Right, I think that we could probably do this quest pretty quick, and then I'm probably gonna end the game, or this session after that. We can probably do the legionnaire thing and maybe look into the leak, because I have a little bit I remember a little bit about that quest.
You stick out like a sore thumb around here. You sure you're in the right place? Yeah, so far this has gone exactly as expected. Poorly. But with the work you've done for NCR already, you might be just what I've been looking for.
See, it's kind of cool.
We
The
captured an
reputation
honest-to-God centurion of
carries
Caesar's
over.
Legion recently. Better believe it. Everybody in Caesar's Legion, from Caesar on down, will kill themselves before they can be captured. They're so twitchy they'd probably do it if you reached out to hug them. But here's this guy, who's an elite commander in their army, and he just gives himself up, even as his men are slitting their own throats around him. Well, I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like a man who's willing to cooperate. Except he hasn't. Only times he speaks up are to insult you. He's a real prick, by the way. And I'm supposed to get information out of this guy. Don't have anything like that. Sounds nice. Like the kind of thing I'd want to take home and use on my husband. But even if we did, I don't know that I'd be comfortable using it. If there's any risk of overdose, it's not worth it. Asshole's too valuable. Yes, and one time I thought I saw a tear when I told him his uniform was unflattering. But I think he just got some dust in his eye. I like the way you think. Have I said that yet? Problem is that the NCR frowns on using that sort of tactic. There are some restrictions still in place from President Tandy's administration. But here's my favorite thing about you. You're not in the NCR. Plus, for all this guy knows, you're completely insane. That's a winning combination. I think if you rough him up enough and really put some fear into him, he'll sing like a choir boy.
That's
So
not really
let's
how
do
it works
this.
in the real world.
When you're ready, I'll go in and give you a little intro. Then I leave the room and you make him regret the day he was born. We go back and forth a couple times until either he talks or he can't move his jaw anymore. Either way, we've had our entertainment for the day.
Yeah, I don't know. Seems...
Ah, tear my heart out, why don't you? Well, maybe you can find a way to play with his mind, get him out of his comfort zone. People lose their heads and say things they regret, especially if they underestimate you. This dickhead would underestimate a nuclear missile. Plenty of ways to skin a cat, as they say. Hey, what if we skinned him? Bet he wouldn't be so smug then.
Jeez.
That's the spirit. Okay, I'll go in and have a word with him. Then I'll call you in.
See, I don't like when games have that mechanic where, like, there's like someone being tortured or something,
Long time no see, Silus.
and it works.
Lieutenant, I was just thinking about you.
That's so.
I was just thinking about that pretty neck of yours.
How sweet.
I was thinking about how it would look with a Legion slave collar on it.
I'll pass.
Do you know what I love about our slave collars, Lieutenant?
If you love them, maybe you should try one on.
I love how tightly they fit. I train my men to make sure the slave's flesh bulges a bit around the top and bottom. Know why?
It's all the rage in fashion circles.
Not quite. If you fit it just right, their body never gets used to the feeling of wearing it. It cuts in just enough when they swallow or turn their head to remind them who they belong to. And it's that constant reminder that keeps them docile.
In that case, maybe you'd better save the collar you were gonna give me.
Oh? For whom?
For a friend of mine you're about to meet. My friend isn't very docile.
And who is this friend of yours?
You know all the rules the NCR instituted to protect enemy prisoners of war?
Of course.
My friend doesn't. Oh, and Silus? If you resist at all, I'll personally blow your brains out. Come on in, he's all yours. I'll be back in a bit to see how you're getting along. And I'll need you to surrender your weapons before you go in. You can pick them up from the locker on your way out.
Look how intimidating we look in our little sweater. And baseball cap.
What an ugly little worm you are. What pile of excrement did the lieutenant pluck you from, worm?
That's funny. We could totally lie to them.
You must have some reason to be in your line of work. Tell me, what did the Legion do to you? Did we enslave your children? Slaughter your family before your eyes to teach you a lesson? Whatever it was, I hope I was there to give the order. Foot soldiers of the Legion are trained not to have to think for themselves, to have conflict removed from their minds. They kill themselves to evade capture because they are not trusted to make such a decision rationally in the heat of battle. But I'm no foot soldier. I knew I could escape captivity on my own without revealing the tiniest iota of information to my captors. I'll show you gutless, you sniveling bastard. I'll spill your guts all over this room.
Is something the matter, Silus? You look upset. Here, maybe you'd better step out for a moment. You've upset him.
Your friend's a miserable fucking degenerate.
I don't know. I thought he seemed like a nice guy.
If we were on the other side of the river, I'd have him torn apart by dogs.
That's a long walk, Silus. I don't think it's gonna happen. You'd better just talk.
Your tactics are a joke.
If you don't like dealing with me, I can bring my friend back in.
Both of you can rot.
Have it your way. Come on back in. I think he misses you.
See, the dialogue is also just way more funny doing it this way than just like punching him. Like, that's just a cheap mechanic, you know? Something that wouldn't even work.
We don't have anything to discuss, worm. Coward. I've faced odds that would make your NCR soldiers wet themselves. I've led charges against men with guns, carrying only my knife. And I can tell you, it was they who feared me. But suicide is a weak death on a battlefield. It says to your enemy that you fear capture. It says if you're caught, you can be broken. You think I'm going to slit my throat for some megalomaniacal self-appointed dictator? I didn't work my way up to have it all be taken from me out of some irrational paranoia. Caesar's losing it. I believe that. He's been shutting himself in his tent. Privately, he complains of headaches. Whatever it is, it's affecting his ability to lead. Time was essential for my mission, but we waited 3 days for him to dispatch us. Another of his headaches. Does that sound like a man in command? He has an operative planted in this very base, but does he use his agent to rescue me? No. He's content to have the agent spend his nights radioing troop positions back to our base camp. He knows I'm here, and he's left me to rot. I don't know. I know he sends intelligence by radio in the middle of the night. Sometimes that intelligence would find its way to my cantery. Then you're a fool. That man reports to Caesar on what I do here. The Legion isn't going to take me back. My only hope is to escape and disappear. But if I escape and he reports it, they'll hunt me down as long as I live. It served me to report him as much as it served you. I hope the Legion burns your wretched body at the stake when they conquer this place. Nothing I could tell you would do anything to stop that.
You did well. I don't know how you did it without putting a scratch on him, and I'm a little disappointed personally, but it saved the NCR some face. And it could save us more than that when all is said and done. I'm gonna talk to some people when we're through here. This is about double the standard fee we'd give a consultant, but from what I saw, you're more of an artist.
Nice.
So think of this as your commission.
So do you get like a higher reward then if you did the speech? That's kind of cool.
Yep.
Alright, I think
See
I'm
you
gonna
around.
end this episode here. See, that's how you do it. Mind the games. Because, you know, torture doesn't work, like, straight up. Yeah. Alright, this has been Orange One. Thank you for joining me.